In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 NBA games happening on January 14, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Sacramento Kings versus Milwaukee Bucks. A highly anticipated non-conference clash in the NBA is slated for Tuesday night as the Sacramento Kings face off against the Milwaukee Bucks. This marks the first of 2 meetings between these teams during the current season. The Kings are coming off a 124-119 victory over the Chicago Bulls, though they failed to cover the spread as 5.5-point favorites in that matchup. Meanwhile, the Bucks are looking to bounce back after being thoroughly outplayed by the New York Knicks, suffering a heavy 140-106 loss as 5.5-point underdogs in New York. The Kings may face a challenging lineup situation for this game, with Malik Monk listed as questionable. On the other side, the Bucks have confirmed that Khris Middleton will not play and are also monitoring the status of Gary Trent Jr., who is questionable for this matchup. The spread, while not overly large, could still lean slightly more in favor of the Bucks than warranted. Historically, the Kings have struggled against the Bucks, losing 15 of their last 16 encounters, although they did secure an emphatic 129-94 victory in their most recent meeting last March. Nevertheless, the Bucks benefit from home court advantage and the fact that the Kings, who currently hold the NBA's longest active winning streak, are statistically bound to lose again at some point. That said, it seems unlikely that this game will be the one where their streak ends. The Kings have been one of the most informed teams in the league recently, which explains why the betting line for this game is relatively narrow. The Bucks, on the other hand, have been underperforming and are coming off a lopsided defeat against the Knicks, with potential player absences adding to their challenges. Milwaukee needs a strong showing to regain their rhythm, but the Kings are well positioned to pull off a minor upset here. So the Sacramento Kings to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Historically, matchups between the Kings and Bucks have leaned heavily toward high-scoring affairs, with the over being hit in 9 straight games between January 2020 and January 2024 before their most recent meeting. More recently, the over has cashed in 3 of the Bucks' last 4 games and in 4 of the Kings' last 5 contests. The Bucks have exceeded the 120-point mark in 2 of those 4 games, while the Kings have scored 120 or more points in all 4 games that went over. With the current total set at 230.5, the line doesn't deviate significantly from the scoring marks these teams have consistently surpassed in their recent outings. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. New Orleans Pelicans versus Chicago Bulls. The New Orleans Pelicans, currently holding a record of 8-32, are gearing up to face the Chicago Bulls, who stand at 18-21 in a non-conference matchup set to take place Tuesday evening at the United Center. This will mark the second and final meeting between the 2 teams this season. The Pelicans previously emerged victorious in their home opener on October 23rd, securing a decisive 123-111 win. The Pelicans are healthier now than they have been for much of the season, although key players Brandon Ingram and Herbert Jones remain sidelined. Unfortunately, their improved roster availability hasn't translated into significantly better performance on the court. Over their last 10 games, the Pelicans have managed to win just 3, leaving them with a disappointing 3-16 straight-up record on the road. Taking the 1.5 points in their favor would essentially reflect confidence in their ability to achieve a rare road victory. Meanwhile, the Chicago Bulls appear to be hitting their stride, winning 5 of their last 8 games and covering the spread in 6 of those contests. The team's net ratings reveal a clear gap in performance over the course of the season. The Pelicans rank 29th in the league with a dismal -9.4 net rating, while the Bulls hold the 21st spot with a -2.5 net rating. Offensively, the difference is even starker in recent games. Over their last 3 outings, the Pelicans have averaged just 107 points, whereas the Bulls have been on fire, putting up an impressive 126 points per game over their last 4 contests. Given these factors, the Pelicans appear to be an unreliable pick in their current form, especially on the road. So the Chicago Bulls to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The trend of high-scoring games between these two teams is undeniable, as the over has hit in 8 of their last 10 meetings, including 3 of the last 4. Furthermore, Chicago's games against Western Conference opponents have gone over in 8 of 11 matchups this season, while New Orleans' games against Eastern Conference teams have seen the over cash in 11 out of 18 instances. With both teams sitting in the bottom 10 of the NBA's defensive rating rankings, it's likely that offenses will dominate in this game. The Bulls' weak defense will face a significant challenge in slowing down Zion Williamson and the Pelicans, who are now playing with a more complete roster after months of injury setbacks. Despite their struggles, the Pelicans don't seem to be a team looking to tank and are likely to remain competitive as they move forward. Both squads play at an up-tempo pace, contributing to high-scoring opportunities. The Bulls currently rank second in the league with a pace of 104.39, while the Pelicans are 17th with a pace of 99.25. Transition scoring has been a key strength for both teams, as Chicago ranks third in the NBA with 17.8 fast break points per game, and New Orleans follows in 11th place with 16.1 fast break points per game. This contest has the potential to be a closely contested, high-energy affair that stays competitive until the very end, ultimately leading to a high-scoring outcome. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Denver Nuggets versus Dallas Mavericks. A pair of teams from the Western Conference will face off as they aim to secure a crucial victory and make progress in the competitive playoff race. On Tuesday night, the Denver Nuggets hit the road to take on the Dallas Mavericks in the second game of a back-to-back road series. These two squads recently clashed on Sunday afternoon, where the Nuggets overcame a sluggish start to claim a 112-101 road win, successfully covering the spread as 5.5-point favorites. Historically, in the regular season series between these teams, the Mavericks hold a narrow 98-94 advantage. However, with Sunday's victory, the Nuggets have managed to win 2 of the 3 meetings this season, highlighting their recent dominance in the rivalry. On Sunday, the Dallas Mavericks suffered a disappointing collapse, blowing a double-digit lead at home during their matchup with the Nuggets. There is speculation that Kyrie Irving may return to the lineup, as he is listed as questionable following nearly 2 weeks of absence due to illness and a back injury. However, concerns remain about his physical condition and readiness for such a competitive matchup. On the other side, the Denver Nuggets appear to be in relatively good health, and they continue to rely on their dynamic leader, Nikola Jokic, to drive their offense. Denver has been highly effective in recent games, as evidenced by their strong 7-3 record against the spread over their last 10 outings. In stark contrast, the Dallas Mavericks have struggled, posting a dismal 2-8 against the spread record in their last 10 games. Without Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving in the lineup for many of these games, Dallas has frequently been unable to keep contests close enough to cover the spread. Even if Irving does return for this matchup, it would be an immense challenge for him to lead the team against a Denver squad that boasts a dominant offensive presence this season and has been especially formidable of late. During the game on Sunday, the Mavericks held an 18-point lead late in the third quarter, only to let it slip away and ultimately lose. Recovering from such a setback is no easy task, and it underscores Denver's ability to shift into high gear when necessary. The Nuggets have shown a tendency to play with their food, starting slow but taking complete control in the final 12 minutes of games. Meanwhile, the Mavericks' struggles are evident in their recent performance, as they are 3-7 straight up and 2-8 against the spread in their last 10 contests. Conversely, the Nuggets have a solid 7-3 straight up and against the spread record over the same span. In the last 10 meetings between these two teams, the winner has been 9-0-1 against the spread, further emphasizing Denver's recent dominance. Considering the Mavericks' ongoing injury concerns, the current line appears soft, making the Nuggets a compelling choice. With the momentum gained from Sunday's victory, the Nuggets are poised to capitalize on a depleted Dallas roster and secure a win to sweep this 2-game series. As previously analyzed, it is challenging to support Dallas when both Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic are unavailable or not at full strength. So the Denver Nuggets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. These two teams recently faced each other in this same arena just 48 hours ago. During that contest, the total score amounted to 213 points, significantly falling short of the 232-point line set by oddsmakers. In fact, 7 of Dallas's last 10 games have ended with the total falling below the line, and it remains uncertain how much of an offensive boost Irving's potential return might provide. While Denver boasts a high-powered offensive unit, this game marks their 5th in an 8-night stretch, which could lead to a reduced pace and lower overall scoring. The Dallas Mavericks hold a 3-7 over-under record in their last 10 games, reflecting their inability to consistently generate high-scoring contests. Denver, on the other hand, is likely to put up a substantial number of points in this game, but Dallas may struggle to match that output. Even with Kyrie Irving potentially rejoining the lineup, it seems unlikely that the Mavericks will exceed 100 points against Denver's defense. A similar outcome to Sunday's low-scoring affair appears probable, with the Nuggets controlling the game and keeping the Mavericks at bay. Given the anticipated slower tempo and Dallas's offensive struggles, this game is expected to remain under the projected total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Brooklyn Nets vs. Portland Trail Blazers. The 2024-2025 NBA season continues on Tuesday, January 14th, featuring an exciting cross-conference matchup as the Brooklyn Nets face off against the Portland Trail Blazers. The game will take place at the Moda Center in Portland, Oregon, promising an intriguing clash between two teams with different trajectories this season. This marks the first meeting between Brooklyn and Portland in the current campaign. Last season, the Trail Blazers managed to sweep the Nets, securing a narrow 105-103 victory at home before outscoring them 134-127 in Brooklyn, showcasing their offensive capabilities in both encounters. The Brooklyn Nets continue to deal with a string of injuries that have impacted their performance. Bojan Bogdanovic remains sidelined, while the availability of D'Angelo Russell, Ben Simmons, and Nick Claxton is uncertain, as they are all listed as questionable for this game. On the other hand, the Portland Trail Blazers have established themselves as a stronger team at home, recording 8 of their 13 wins this season on their home court. Despite this advantage, it is somewhat surprising to see the Trail Blazers favored, as they have only been in this position 3 times so far this season. Meanwhile, the Nets are dealing with significant injuries and are viewed as a team in tank mode, further diminishing their prospects. However, backing the Trail Blazers to cover the spread remains a risky proposition, especially with key players like Grant, Williams, and Iden appearing on the injury report. Historically, underdogs have had success in this matchup, covering the spread in 8 of the last 10 games between these two teams, so the Portland Trail Blazers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams have struggled to find consistency on either end of the court, which has become a defining characteristic of their seasons. However, each roster is filled with young players capable of contributing offensively. For Brooklyn, the young talent is eager to demonstrate their worth and prove they belong in the league, while Portland is focused on cultivating a team identity and establishing a culture for the future. The game is expected to showcase free-flowing basketball from both sides, as neither team has excelled defensively. Given the lack of defensive prowess and the potential for a high-scoring affair, betting on the game to go over the projected total appears to be the most logical choice. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.